Royal Navy's leaky aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales will be come back to sea and join Carrier Strike Group. The integrated review confirms that the UK will have at least 48 F-35s fighter jet by 2025, given training and maintenance needs and expected attrition, is barely enough to maintain a meaningful air group aboard Queen Elizabeth, and completely inadequate to simultaneously embark on both it and Britain's second carrier, HMS Prince of Wales. The Royal Navy's carriers could develop a more diversified air group, even if building ski-jump-capable aircraft is a very small market and likely uneconomical for most aerospace companies. Until and unless that happens, there will remain a significant gap between Britain's stated strategic ambitions in the Indo-Pacific and its ability to act on them. While the British maritime capability in the region will be small compared to its US counterparts, it will be warmly received in senior US diplomatic and military circles as the credible and reliable addition of a permanent UN Security Council member to assist in the strategic wrestle with China. HMS Queen Elizabeth and her sister, the HMS Prince of Wales, are world-class vessels, eclipsing the smaller single French carrier and close to the capabilities of the US supercarriers. It is likely the carrier group will conduct freedom of navigation passages that will certainly bring a response of some form from Beijing. Part of the intention of such maneuvers will be to remind the Chinese Navy that its own carrier force plans, while ambitious, still lag behind the West in technology and capability. The arrival of Royal Navy 5th Generation Carrier Strike Group marks a step change in capability. A symbol of global Britain, HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales in action, the Carrier Strike Group provides a platform to deliver the government's defence, foreign policy and trade priorities and to project the Britain global reach and influence. The ability to deploy a sovereign carrier strike group underlines the UK's global ambition and leadership as an inclusive, outward-facing and free trading nation, assertive in defending our values and interests, and a champion of international rules. The 65,000-ton warship has been stranded alongside at Portsmouth Naval Base following a major flood last year, which caused £3.3 million worth of damage. The embarrassing gaffe happened in October when a faulty fire system unleashed thousands of gallons of water into an engine room in the huge vessel, wrecking critical electrical systems. A Royal Navy spokesman added, following an issue with an internal system in HMS Prince of Wales, the ship's company removed water from one of the ship's compartments. No one was injured and an investigation into the cause of the issue is underway. It's understood the leak has come from a pipe on board the ship and not a breach of Prince of Wales's hull. The flood is the second to affect the ship in 5 months, which is alongside at Portsmouth Naval Base and preparing for her latest voyage to sea. Speaking at the time, a spokesman for the Navy said, following a minor issue with an internal system on HMS Prince of Wales, the ship's company were required to remove a small volume of water from the ship. An investigation into the cause is now underway, but this will not affect the ship's program. Much of the water from the latest flood is now in a containment tank and is expected to be pumped off the ship later today, a defense source said. The leak was caused by a fault in the 65,000-ton warship's fire system and left much of the flooded compartment submerged for 24 hours. Naval mechanics are now checking over miles of electrical cabling. It will take months to repair the damage. Costs will run to millions. The vessel was running on its diesel generators instead of from the naval base's power system while trials were being carried out on the upgraded shore-based supply system. Exasperated Gosport resident Neil Sutton said people were sticking our heads under our pillows at night in a bid to get some sleep. In this lockdown, why can we not open our windows and enjoy peace and tranquility? He told the news earlier this year. HMS Prince of Wales is the second of the Navy's 2 new aircraft carriers. She is slightly longer and fractionally heavier than her old sister, HMS Queen Elizabeth. Both vessels are capable of housing 36 F-35Bs and 4 helicopters. But now Armed Forces Minister James Heappey has confirmed that the 920 feet warship will be back in operation soon. I can confirm that HMS Prince of Wales will be ready for her planned return to operations by May 2021, when she will undertake activities in UK waters prior to her commencing NATO command duties in 2022, the Minster said in a written response to a parliamentary question. As previously reported, efforts to repair the flooding damage and fix defects to prevent future leaks on both Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers are set to cost £5.5 million. Shadow Armed Forces Minister Stephen Morgan had demanded the government make repairing Prince of Wales a priority. Any delay to repairs for HMS Prince of Wales could pose a risk to UK defence capabilities, the Portsmouth South MP warned. These repairs must be prioritised to avoid any such risk, and government must get her fully operational as quickly as possible. News of the ship's repair came as her sister vessel, HMS Queen Elizabeth, returned to Portsmouth on Monday following a 3-week stint at sea in Scotland. The aircraft carrier, which is the Royal Navy's flagship, is on track to deploy on her maiden operational mission in May. She is expected to travel to the Mediterranean, Gulf and Indo-Pacific. Her deployment will see her spearheading Europe's most powerful naval task group, made up of 2 Type 45 destroyers, 2 frigates, support vessels from the Royal Fleet Auxiliary.